Today we're working on Chapter 9, Section 1, which is adding and subtracting polynomials. So a couple definitions first. First we have a monomial, which is an expression that is a number, a variable, or a product of a number and one or more variables. So it could be just 12, it could be y, or it could be this whole thing together, negative 5x squared y. So a number, or a letter, or a number with a letter, or a number with multiple letters. It becomes a polynomial when you have a sum or difference of two or more monomials. So here we have 3x to the fourth, 5x squared, 7x, 1. And since we're adding and subtracting all of these, it becomes a polynomial. Okay, so all we're doing today is we're going to add and subtract polynomials. So here we have a polynomial, and here we have a polynomial, and we're adding them together. So all you have to do is figure out which ones match together. So right away you could see we have x squared and x squared, so those two match. So we will, since we're adding this time, we will add 4x squared plus 2x squared, which equals 6x squared. Then the next two that match, and they won't always be in order or perfectly lined up, so you have to pay attention, but now I can see we have a positive 6x with a negative 9x. Remember that minus stays with the 9. So we're taking 6 plus negative 9, and we get negative 3x. And last we have 7 plus 1, and since again we're adding, we end up with positive 8. So the final answer for this would be 6x squared plus negative 3x plus 8. Remember, the other way you could write this would be 6x squared minus 3x plus 8. This would be correct as well. Plus and negative is the same as minus, whichever way you write it. And then next, let's look at subtracting polynomials. Again, you have to match up the ones that match, but we have to keep in mind here that we are subtracting. So first I see an x cubed and an x cubed. So we have 2x cubed minus x cubed, which would leave us with 1x cubed, and you don't need to put the 1. Then I see we have a positive 5x squared with a negative 8x squared, and since we're subtracting, this would really be a positive 5 minus a negative 8, which would be a positive 13, and then I can't forget to put the x squared with it. Now nothing else matches, so I need to tag it on. So first we'll put the x. So since this was a minus 3x, I'll add that on. And then since this is plus 11, I'm going to add that on, but I have to remember that I'm subtracting. So since I'm taking nothing, because there's really no number here, so 0 minus a positive 11 would become a negative 11. Again, you could change this to minus 3x, you could change this to plus a negative 11. Any of those are fine as long as the symbol directly in front of it is a negative. That's all for adding and subtracting polynomials. Bye guys.